Hi and welcome back to the concept video for 2.1, the number line from course 1A, Singapore Math. In this chapter 2.1, the number line, you have three things to understand: represent whole numbers on a number line, and compare. So it's basically on a number line, how do you represent the whole numbers and then you compare. Compare as in smaller and greater, right? Which one is lesser, which one is greater. So using greater and less than sign. And here it says represent fractions, mixed numbers. So they are not whole numbers. Other than whole numbers, you have fractions, you have mixed numbers, and decimals. So we represent them also on the number line. And this one actually is related to this. It's comparing, as we had comparing here. So it's in a way only two things: whole numbers on one side, and on the other hand, you have fractions, mixed numbers, and decimals. All of them on the number line and comparing them. Okay, so let's start with the whole numbers. Now, for the whole numbers, you need to understand the basics. So your number line can be horizontal or vertical. So horizontal number line is something like this, and the vertical number line would be like this. So horizontal and vertical number lines. You have 0, and all the positive numbers will be on this side. Okay, on the right hand side of the 0. Likewise here, you have 0. All the positive numbers will be on the top of 0, above 0. Okay, so positive numbers on the horizontal line are on the right side of 0, and on the vertical line they are on top of 0. So this means this way it increases. The numbers will increase. Likewise here, the numbers will increase. So like 1, 2, like that. So 1, 2, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is how you represent them on a number line. And it says you have to compare them. So let's take an example here for comparison. Let's say we have a horizontal number line. 23 is here, right? As we said, it increases. So let's say 30 is here. So which one is bigger? Which one is a greater number? Of course, 30 is a greater number. So we say 23 less than 30. That's it. So this is how you compare them. As we said, as you go from left to right, the number increases, right? So left to right we are going and the number increases. So 23 is less than 30. So this is basically what you have to do when you are comparing. And same thing on the vertical number line. Okay, so that does not matter whether it's horizontal or vertical. Comparison would still say the same. Yes? So this is what the first part is. Now the second part, represent fractions, mixed numbers, and decimals on a number line. Here also you can have horizontal and vertical both, right? So let's say this is our horizontal line. So if we have 0 here and we have fractions, for example, so we say 1/4, then we have 2/4, we have 3/4, and so on and so forth. So again, it increases this way, right? If we have the decimals here, so we say 0, let's say 0.5, then we have 1, then we have 1.5. So same process increases that way. And vertical number line, so it's the same thing, vertical here. Let me make 2. So fraction, so we write 0 here. 1/4 will be here. 2/4 will be there, right? And so on and so forth. I'm sure you've understood this. 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, and likewise. So positives is same, whether it's whole number, fractions, or mixed numbers or decimals. On the horizontal line are always after 0 on the right hand side, and on the vertical above 0 always. Now, the third part here says about comparing them. Okay, using this. So as we did here, it's the same process. Now, if we have to compare 1/4 and 3/4 there, so we write 1/4 and we write 3/4. Now, which one is very close to 0? 1/4, and 3/4 is further away, right? And as we said, we go that way, it increases. So 1/4 is less than 3/4. That's it. Same thing on the decimals. Let's take the decimal from the vertical line here. So we say 0.5 and this 1.5. So 0.5 is closer to 0 and 1.5 is further away. And this way it increases, right? As you go up, it increases. So 0.5 is less than 1.5. That's it. So basically, these two things were together. As you had two things here, this were just split it up here, okay? But it's understanding how to represent numbers on a number line, whole numbers, mixed numbers, fractions, or decimals. All of them positive will always be on the right hand side of zero on a horizontal line, and on a vertical line always above zero, and they increase as you go from left to right or you go from bottom to top. So you can compare them easily. So this is it in this chapter. Are you thorough? Of course. And ready for the independent practice? Great. If you are, we shall meet soon in the independent practice video. But as always, I suggest rewatch this because watching it again and again will help it to stay for longer in your brain and for your brain to make those connections when you do the problems, when you have questions to solve. Keep watching these videos and, of course, enjoy your life. See you in the independent practice for this chapter. Goodbye.